Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to Katt's little Loopy vlogs. I went to that little friendship mixer yesterday, and I figured I would start working on a cowl. I've made yet, what, one, two, three more ear warmers. I also invested in one of these little pillows to help, like, relax my shoulders, make sure I'm not, like, hunching my back as much anymore. Little things, right? But I figured I'd come on and kind of give my thoughts, right? For context, I have been working nights now for roughly 3 to 4 years. So, to say that I have become a little night gremlin, it is pretty solid. Okay? Alright? I pretty much wake up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, and repeat, right? And I keep trying to think because I believe it's tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? I got my little notebook here. Hold on a second. No. 27th. So Tuesday. Tuesday, Neptune enters Aries at 0 degrees. And my camera keeps fritzing out. So, I said Neptune is entering Aries at 0 degrees on Tuesday. And Neptune tends to be the planet that kind of rules like illusions, spirituality, going into fiery, hot-headed Aries. What illusions are we casting off of ourselves? What new practices are we wanting to kind of start, right? What lies will no longer be acceptable while we are also dealing with our official Pluto and Aquarius season, right? And I keep trying to think of how that may be affecting me personally. I know I've been going through, I've been meditating more, I've been trying to ground myself more to calm my nervous system, right? I'm paying attention to what I'm eating. I'm trying to make better choices. Like, yes, I may still have Dr. Pepper, but I have the 0 sugar, right? I'm not going out of my way to crave, like, these really, like, sickly sweet things. And I know that I have to, like, embrace the fact that last night I was completely overstimulated. Like, I was able to walk around, I was able to kind of wander for a little bit, and I ultimately just ended up sitting down at a table that had a bunch of coloring books, right? Yes, I was coloring something, pulled out my journal, started making, like, little notes and whatnot, and it was kind of like having a fun little seated conversation. I got to talk to a couple different people. There were several times where I wanted to actively participate in the conversation, but because the room cast such an echo, I felt like I was in a wind tunnel. trying to not scream at the person beside me. So I kind of ended up sitting there, kind of like a little wallflower. And I had to respect that, you know, that's a different kind of muscle. When you don't go out, when you don't go and actively like interact with people outside of like little 15, maybe 10-minute max like bursts, it's draining, and my battery was going down real fast. So I think one issue was that I had some chips and queso, which the queso was delicious. It was just spicy enough to keep you going back for more. At some point, I think my lips went numb because of the heat. But I needed to sit down and really eat something a bit more solid than that. I had another cup of coffee, which I love the taste of coffee. But at that point, I was starting to get a little dehydrated. I got myself a glass of water. Yes, I watched my cup all night long. But it was just... I felt like a little ghost that was just like hovering through the rooms. I walked through this little merchant setup area like 3 or 4 times, sat down, got a bracelet soldered on, and then it pretty much fell off while I was knitting. So thankfully I still have it. I have it on my little Hecate altar. I managed to go to sleep with it, so it didn't fall off until I got home. And I know I probably could give the gal a ring and have it reattached, kind of. But I almost feel like it fell off for a reason. Right? I don't know. I'm not ready to put it back on, and I figure right now it's safe where it is, right? I'm not shied away from going out again, because I understand that, like I said before, it's like a muscle that you need to work on, right? And I came home and I was bushed. And I thought it was cute that all of a sudden Mom wanted to talk to me whenever I got home, and I was just like, I am pure zombie mode right now. I just need to go lay down. I need to peel my layers off and brush my teeth and curl into bed, because whew, I think I was more drained than I usually was, but it's not something I regret doing. So, takeaways: I may invest in a pair of those Loops earplugs. Not sponsored. I have a pair that are that's on my purse, but those ones don't adjust to like different decibel levels. They have a set that I think is like $60, where you can change it for how much noise cancellation that you actually have, which is great for people who get overstimulated very easily. So, I would like to try that out. I think next time I will definitely bring my knitting with me versus leaving it in the car. I managed to get there an hour early for parking. I made sure to pay for my parking following this QR code / thing to text And I took snapshots of everything, so if they try to be like, you didn't pay for parking, be like, yes I did. Here's my receipt. Leave me alone. So, fun times. Now I basically, it's 11 o'clock now in the morning. And, you know, I already had lunch. I'm going to wait a little bit, maybe 12, 1 o'clock before I have my little dinner. I may just have a little protein shake, to be honest. And then I'll head back to bed and get ready for work tonight. But I thought I would check in, give my thoughts on the event. And, you know, for just under $30 for a ticket, as long as it stays about that price and I'm able to sign up for it early enough, you know, I love that the events are local to Colorado. And Blendco, if you're a Denver person, is a woman-owned coffee shop where the event was held last night. So, very nice. The coffee and the queso was divine. Staff was very, very nice. And, I don't know, I would go there again. They also have several restaurants around where the Blendco was. And they're very conveniently located in terms of parking. So, you know, if you're in the area, I'd say hit it up. And we will continue on. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to make this maybe 10 inches tall. I'm just doing a 1x1 ribbing with the Daydreamery. Yes, I love this yarn in Daydreamery. So, I'm just going to keep her going. I'm going to put on something to watch. I think I have a Chicago Med. And then we will assess how we want to move forward with consumption. And then get ready for bed. Yay! So I'm realizing that I really need to make my listings and put those up on my Etsy. And I have been in an earwarmer tangent. So, I also went and kind of officially got some tags. So Katt's Loops and Laura with a little ball of yarn. I ordered them through Birch and Cider on Etsy. And I've got 3 colors right now. Don't know how well they're gonna kind of show up. I've got purple, brown, and gray. Almost wishing I could do like a white, especially on the darker colors, even though like once it's out of the packaging you can see it a little bit better. But this video goes up today. I did post a reading. I felt inclined to do a Neptune and Aries reading, so if you're interested in checking that out, you can, you know, hop on over and check her out. She's a little long, but I'm all about the details, right? It is what it is. So, I am going to shift gears, and I am going to at least get my ear warmers put up on my Etsy shop. And then maybe, just maybe, I'm also officially working on a scarf. I've been really big on doing like the 1x1 ribbing, and for the first time I am trying to make a scarf out of garter stitch, which, for those who don't know, is just a bunch of knit stitches. It got to the point where I wasn't sure if I was supposed to purl on the other side, because my hands wanted to just automatically purl, because I do 1x1 rib knit. Like, for almost everything, my ear warmers are 1x1 rib knit, and my hat is 1x1 rib knit. So it was a little bit of a cycle breaker. Helped to kind of keep things fresh while also just letting it run like butter, right? Because once you kind of get started, you just keep going and going and going. And I made her 40 stitches wide. So she's not a skinny scarf. And I have a whole skein and pretty much the scraps that was left over from the ear warmer. So that's pretty much the plan for today. We did get hit with some snow here in Colorado, but it was more the cold temperatures. So I have been not a little snow bunny, because when it says it feels like negative 20 degrees outside, I am like, dude, I'll put down some pee pads, because you're going to approach the door and then recluse from the door. So always trying to think of like some game plans for my dog, right? I also have a puffer coat and some little dog boots, because the last thing I want is his little paws sticking to the concrete. He has gone outside since then. We've had highs in like the 40s. So anything that's fallen, unless the sun doesn't directly hit it, it's already evaporating. So that's going to be the game plan for today. I'm going to get some tags put on the ones that don't have tags. I realized I kind of fudged up whenever I ordered them, and I can only put on the tags from the bottom. I put in a new order and I switched them up so that I can either do it from the top or the bottom. So my hats will not have tags yet. But it's all a work in progress, right? It's not like these are completely unusable. I'll use them where I can, and then from here on out, order the other ones. So that's where I am going to end the check-in, and then once we are at least halfway through, I'll come and check in again. Alright? Alright, so as promised, I actually forgot that I have to go pick up groceries, so we're going to wrap up the video here. I've got 3 ear warmers that are set up on Etsy right now, so those listings are live. We have Daydreamery from I Love This Yarn. We have Sea Spray Ombre and Cool Water, or Smoky Water. I think it's Smoky Water. So those 3 are live and ready. I am also working on the Sea Spray Ombre garter stitch scarf, and I think that's going to be my goal. I think Wednesdays will be my goal to try and get new listings up and ready for you guys. I will have a cowl. I just got done working her up. And then I need to make the listing for the white rainbow. We already have the black rainbow up on Etsy. And then we got Cherry Berry, or Cherry Smash, from the Smash Cakes. And Dragonfly. I think I may, because this one's pink, I'll try and get this one as more of a priority for Valentine's Day. But that's pretty much what I have left to do. I'll get the cowl, I'll get the scarf done, and then, yeah. I have a couple projects that I would like to put live for Valentine's Day, so keep an eye out for that. And that's about all I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So, if you like this vlog update, go ahead and make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to stick around for any more crazy shenanigans on my side. And consider subscribing, hitting that little bell icon so that you get notified whenever I make an update. So, stay warm, stay hydrated, and I will see you again on Friday to see what other stuff I've completed.